Welcome to Manaus, adventurers. Stepping off the plane, you're hit with a wall of heat and humidity. The air is thick with the smell of earth, water, and something wild. This is the heart of the Amazon, a place teeming with life, some of it dangerous. This is not your typical vacation. This is for those who crave adventure, who yearn to test their limits, who dare to answer the call of the wild. Manaus is a bustling city, a port on the Rio Negro, a major tributary of the mighty Amazon River. It's a melting pot of cultures, a place where the modern world meets the raw power of nature. You'll see fishermen casting their nets, children playing in the streets, and the constant flow of boats on the river, a reminder that water is the lifeblood of this region. But we're not here for the city, we're here for the jungle. Beyond the city limits, a green ocean awaits, a vast expanse of rainforest untouched by time, teeming with creatures both beautiful and deadly. This is the Amazon Basin, home to the largest rainforest on Earth, a place of incredible biodiversity and hidden wonders. From jaguars stalking the forest floor to monkeys swinging through the canopy, the Amazon is a symphony of life, but it's also a dangerous place, a test of survival for even the most experienced adventurers. Are you ready to face the challenge? Our journey begins on the Rio Negro, a river as dark as its name suggests. This is our gateway to the heart of the Amazon. The air is thick with the calls of exotic birds, the water a mirror reflecting the emerald canopy above. As we leave the city behind, the sounds of civilization fade, replaced by the symphony of the jungle. Monkeys chatter from the trees, insects hum in the undergrowth, and the air is alive with the sound of 1,000 unseen creatures. Our boat glides along the inky water, the sun beating down on our necks. The heat is oppressive, a constant reminder that we are entering a world where nature reigns supreme. The river narrows, the trees closing in on either side, their branches intertwining overhead to form a green tunnel. We are entering the realm of the unknown, a place where danger lurks around every bend. But fear not, for we are prepared. We have our machetes to hack through the dense undergrowth, our mosquito nets to ward off the relentless insects, and our first aid kits for any unexpected encounters. But more importantly, we have our wits, our courage, and our determination to survive. This is not a trip for the faint of heart. This is a journey for the brave. The jungle is calling. As we push deeper into the rainforest, the air grows heavy with humidity. The forest floor is a tangled web of roots, vines, and fallen leaves, a labyrinth of life and decay. Every step is a challenge, every movement a negotiation with the unforgiving terrain. The jungle is a sensory overload, a cacophony of sounds, smells, and sights. The air is thick with the smell of damp earth, rotting vegetation, and the sweet perfume of unknown flowers. The sunlight filters through the dense canopy, casting dappled shadows on the forest floor. Insects buzz and chirp, their calls a constant reminder of the teeming life that surrounds us. But amidst this symphony of life, danger lurks. Vividly colored poison dart frogs hop across our path, their skin a warning of the deadly toxins they carry. Giant tarantulas lurk in the shadows, their hairy legs sending shivers down your spine. And high above, in the canopy, unseen predators watch our every move. This is not a place for the complacent, the careless, or the unprepared. This is a place where only the strong survive. Survival in the Amazon is not just about brute strength, it's about knowledge. Our guides, veterans of this unforgiving environment, are our lifeline. They teach us how to identify edible plants, how to find water in the rainforest, and how to build a shelter from the elements. We learn to distinguish between the harmless and the harmful, the poisonous and the palatable. Every leaf, every berry, every root could be a source of food or a recipe for disaster. We learn to respect the jungle, to understand its rhythms, and to anticipate its dangers. The jungle is our classroom, our teacher, and our judge. It will test our limits, push us to our breaking point, and reveal the true nature of our character. Are you ready to face the unknown? Section 5. A journey for the brave. This is not a journey for the faint of heart. This is a journey for the brave, for those who seek adventure in its purest form. It's a journey into the heart of darkness, a confrontation with the raw power of nature. But it's also a journey of self-discovery, a chance to test your limits, to face your fears, and to emerge stronger on the other side. Are you ready to answer the call of the wild? Are you ready to brave the Amazon? The jungle awaits. Section 1. Embarking on the Rio Negro. Our journey begins on the Rio Negro, its dark waters reflecting the emerald green of the rainforest canopy. The air is thick with humidity, a taste of the jungle to come. We're in a sturdy, traditional boat powered by a trusty outboard motor. It's packed with supplies, food, water, camping gear, and most importantly, our first aid kit. The Rio Negro is a vital artery in this green labyrinth, our highway into the heart of the Amazon. As we push off from the last outpost of civilization, the sounds of the city fade behind us, replaced by the whispers of the jungle. The air is alive with the calls of unseen creatures, a chorus of chirps, croaks, and whistles. The sun beats down on our necks, a reminder of the unforgiving climate we are about to enter. But the excitement of the unknown keeps us going. We are explorers, adventurers, seeking the thrill of the wild. This is no tourist trap, no walk in the park. This is the real deal. Section 2. The rhythm of the river. The Rio Negro is like a living creature, its rhythm dictating our pace. Hours drift by as we navigate its twists and turns, the water flowing like black silk beneath our hull. The jungle presses in on both sides, a wall of green rising from the water's edge. We see glimpses of life, a flash of colour as a macaw takes flight, the splash of a caiman slipping beneath the surface. The air is thick with the smell of damp earth and vegetation, a rich, earthy aroma that fills our lungs. The heat is relentless, but there's a strange beauty in its intensity. We are far from the comforts of civilization, relying on our wits and the skills of our guides to navigate this watery wilderness. Every bend in the river, every fallen tree presents a new challenge. We are learning to read the language of the jungle, to respect its power, and to appreciate its subtle beauty. This is a journey of discovery, not just of the Amazon, but of ourselves. Section 3. Navigating the waterways. The Rio Negro is a maze of waterways, a network of rivers, streams, and flooded forests. Our guides are experts at navigating this labyrinth, their knowledge passed down through generations. They read the currents, the flow of the water, the position of the sun and the stars, guiding us deeper and deeper into the heart of the green inferno. We encounter narrow channels where the boat barely squeezes through, the branches of the trees brushing against our skin. We pass by massive buttressed trees, their roots like giant claws gripping the riverbank. The air grows cooler in these shaded corridors, a welcome respite from the oppressive heat. The jungle is a symphony of life, a constant reminder that we are not alone. We spot monkeys swinging through the trees, their calls echoing through the forest. We see brightly coloured birds flitting through the branches, and hear the splash of fish leaping from the water. This is a wild and untamed place, and we are privileged to witness its raw beauty. Section 4. The encroaching jungle. As we venture further upriver, the jungle seems to close in around us. The trees become denser, their branches interlocking overhead to form a green canopy that blocks out the sun. The air grows heavy with humidity, and the temperature rises, making it feel like we are travelling through a steam bath. The river narrows, its banks lined with a tangle of vegetation. Vines snake their way up the trunks of giant trees, their tendrils reaching out like grasping claws. The air is thick with the smell of damp earth and rotting vegetation, a pungent reminder of the cycle of life and decay that is constantly at work in this ecosystem. The silence is broken only by the hum of insects and the occasional call of a bird. We are intruders in this pristine environment, and we move with caution, aware that danger could lurk around every bend. This is a place where nature reigns supreme. Section 5. A symphony of sounds. The Amazon rainforest is a symphony of sounds, a cacophony of noises that assault your senses. The air is alive with the chirping of insects, the croaking of frogs, and the calls of countless birds. The howler monkeys are particularly impressive, their guttural roars echoing through the jungle like thunder. At night, the symphony reaches a crescendo. The air vibrates with the hum of cicadas, and the forest floor comes alive with the sounds of nocturnal creatures. The rustling of leaves could be a snake slithering through the undergrowth or a jaguar padding silently through the darkness. The sounds of the jungle are both beautiful and unsettling. They are a reminder of the incredible diversity of life that exists here, but also of the hidden dangers that lurk in the shadows. We rely on our ears as much as our eyes to navigate this challenging environment, listening for any sign of danger. This is a place where silence can be both a blessing and a curse. As the sun begins its descent, the jungle transforms. Shadows lengthen and the air cools slightly, offering a brief respite from the oppressive heat. But the gathering darkness also brings a sense of anticipation, a primal awareness of the creatures that rule the night. The vibrant greens of the rainforest deepen, taking on an almost luminescent quality. The cries of birds become more frequent, a final chorus before the curtain of night falls. The air takes on a damp, earthy smell, a mixture of decaying vegetation and the sweet perfume of night-blooming flowers. We choose our campsite carefully, seeking a spot on higher ground, away from the riverbank and the creatures that might lurk there. Our guides move with a practiced efficiency, setting up tents and building a fire for cooking and warmth. As the last sliver of sunlight disappears below the horizon, we gather around the fire, a small island of light in the vast darkness of the jungle. The night watch begins. Finding a suitable campsite in the heart of the Amazon is not a task for the faint of heart. It requires a keen eye, a deep understanding of the jungle, and a healthy dose of caution. We rely on the expertise of our guides, who seem to possess an almost supernatural ability to read the language of the forest. Our campsite for the night is a small clearing tucked away beneath the watchful gaze of giant trees. The air is thick with the smell of damp earth and the sweet, musky scent of unknown flowers. We work quickly, our movements honed by days of jungle travel, unloading supplies and erecting tents with practiced efficiency. A fire is essential, not just for warmth and cooking, but also as a psychological barrier against the encroaching darkness. The flames crackle and spit, casting flickering shadows that dance upon the surrounding trees. As darkness envelops the campsite, we gather around the fire, a small band of adventurers united by our shared experience and the knowledge that we are a long way from home. Night in the Amazon is not a time for sleep. It's a time for vigilance, for listening to the whispers of the forest, for respecting the power of the creatures that rule the darkness. As the fire crackles and pops, casting dancing shadows upon the surrounding trees, we take turns keeping watch. The air is alive with sound, the high-pitched whine of insects, the croaking of frogs, the occasional shriek of a night bird. Every rustle of leaves, every snap of a twig sends a jolt of adrenaline through our veins. Is it just the wind or something more sinister? Stories and legends are shared around the fire, tales of jaguars stalking their prey, of giant anacondas lurking in the waterways, of venomous spiders and poisonous frogs. These stories are a reminder that we are visitors in a world that is both beautiful and deadly. The night is long and the jungle is alive with unseen dangers. We know that sleep, when it comes, will be light and easily broken. The Amazon doesn't give up its secrets easily. The first rays of dawn pierce the darkness, painting the jungle in hues of orange and gold. A chorus of bird calls replaces the nocturnal symphony, signaling the start of a new day in the Amazon. The air is thick with humidity, a gentle reminder of the challenges that lie ahead. We emerge from our tents, stiff and sore from a night spent listening to the jungle breathe. The fire has burned down to embers, but its warmth lingers, a comforting presence in the cool morning air. Coffee, strong and black, never tasted so good, each sip a jolt of energy for the trials ahead. Today we leave the relative safety of the river and venture deeper into the heart of the jungle on foot. Our guides, their faces etched with the wisdom of generations spent living in harmony with this unforgiving environment, check their machetes, their movements precise and economical. The jungle awaits. As the sun climbs higher, the jungle truly comes alive. Butterflies, their wings like stained glass windows, flit through the dappled light. Howler monkeys roar their territorial claims, their calls echoing through the trees. We spot a family of capuchin monkeys scampering through the branches, their nimble movements a testament to their arboreal agility. The air is thick with the smell of damp earth, decaying vegetation, and the sweet perfume of countless flowers. A heady mix that both invigorates and overwhelms the senses. Every step is a negotiation with the terrain, a careful dance over tangled roots, across fallen logs and through dense undergrowth. The jungle is a master of camouflage, its inhabitants blending seamlessly with their surroundings. Insects mimic leaves, snakes disappear into the leaf litter, and jaguars, the apex predators of this domain, move like phantoms through the shadows. We are guests in this green cathedral, and we must tread lightly, mindful of every step, every sound, every movement. Our path takes us to a narrow, winding stream, its surface covered in vibrant green water lilies. The air is cooler here, the canopy so thick that only slivers of sunlight penetrate the foliage. The water, black and still, reflects the surrounding trees like a distorted mirror. Our guides explain that this stream is a vital water source for the animals of the jungle, a place where jaguars come to drink and caiman lurk beneath the surface, waiting for their unsuspecting prey. We move cautiously, our senses on high alert, scanning the water's edge for any sign of movement. The jungle is a constant reminder that life and death are intricately intertwined, a delicate balance maintained by the constant struggle for survival. Every creature, from the smallest insect to the largest predator, plays a role in this complex web of life. We are merely observers, privileged to witness this ancient dance unfold before our very eyes. Leaving the stream behind, we plunge deeper into the green abyss. The jungle canopy closes overhead, blotting out the sun and plunging us into a world of dappled shadows and hushed whispers. The air is thick with humidity, and beads of sweat form on our foreheads, dripping down our faces like tears. The going is slow, each step a battle against the relentless vegetation. Our guides hack a path through the undergrowth with their machetes, their movements precise and powerful, clearing a narrow tunnel through the dense foliage. We follow closely, our senses on high alert, wary of hidden dangers. The jungle is unforgiving, its embrace both alluring and deadly. Every step is a test of endurance, a reminder that we are far from the comforts of civilization, reliant on our own strength and the knowledge of our guides to navigate this emerald labyrinth. The jungle is alive with unseen dangers. Venomous snakes, masters of camouflage, lie in wait amongst the leaves, their scales shimmering in the dappled sunlight. Spiders, their webs spun across our path, watch with 8 beady eyes, their venom a potent cocktail of pain and paralysis. We move with caution, our eyes scanning the ground ahead, our ears attuned to the slightest rustle in the undergrowth. Every step is a calculated risk, a gamble against the odds. The jungle demands respect, and those who underestimate its power do so at their peril. Our guides point out the signs of danger, a freshly dug burrow indicating the presence of a venomous snake, a web spun with particular care signaling the lair of a deadly spider. They teach us to identify poisonous plants, their leaves often deceptively beautiful, their touch a recipe for agonizing pain or even death. The jungle is a constant reminder that knowledge is our greatest weapon in this battle for survival. The Amazon rainforest is not just a place of danger, it's also a living pharmacy, its plants holding the secrets to healing and survival. Our guides, their knowledge passed down through generations, point out the medicinal properties of various plants. We learn which leaves can soothe a burn, which roots can ease stomach pain, and which barks can be used to treat infections. The jungle provides, but it also demands respect. We learn to take only what we need, to harvest with care, and to give thanks for the bounty of the forest. The jungle is not a supermarket, it's a sacred space, a delicate ecosystem where every living thing plays a vital role. We learn to identify plants by their scent, their texture, their taste. We crush leaves between our fingers, releasing a pungent aroma of menthol, camphor, and citrus. We taste berries, some sweet, some sour, some with a bitter aftertaste. The jungle is a sensory overload, a symphony of smells, tastes, and textures. Section 7. The Art of Jungle Navigation. Navigating the jungle is an art form, a delicate dance between instinct and observation. With no trails to follow, no maps to guide us, we rely on the expertise of our guides. Their knowledge, honed by generations spent living in harmony with this unforgiving environment, they teach us to read the signs of the forest, the direction of the wind, the position of the sun, the growth patterns of the trees. We learn to use a compass, to follow the flow of water, to identify landmarks in this seemingly endless sea of green. The jungle can be disorienting, its dense foliage playing tricks on the eyes, its winding paths leading you in circles. But our guides move with confidence, their steps sure, their senses attuned to the subtle cues of the forest. They teach us that the jungle is not a random collection of trees and vines, it's a living organism with its own rhythms, its own patterns, its own language. To Section 8. A test of courage. The jungle is a constant test of courage, a challenge to both the body and the mind. We encounter obstacles at every turn, fast-flowing streams that must be crossed using fallen logs as makeshift bridges, steep ravines that require us to scramble on all fours, thorny undergrowth that tears at our clothes and skin. But we persevere, driven by a thirst for adventure, a desire to push our limits, to experience the raw beauty and untamed power of the Amazon. Each challenge we overcome, each obstacle we surmount, strengthens our resolve, deepens our respect for this unforgiving environment, and forges an unbreakable bond between us. The jungle is a crucible, a place where fear is confronted, limits are tested, and the human spirit is forged anew. We emerge from its depths, exhausted but exhilarated, forever changed by our encounter with this wild and wonderful place. Section 9. The jungle provides. As the sun begins its descent, casting long shadows through the trees, we set up camp for the night. The jungle, always generous to those who respect its power, provides for our needs. Our guides, their skills honed by generations of experience, demonstrate how to identify edible plants, how to build traps for small animals, and how to fish in the rainforest streams. We feast on a simple meal of freshly caught fish, roasted over an open fire, and foraged fruits, their sweetness a welcome contrast to the earthy flavors of the jungle. As we eat, we share stories, reflect on the day's adventures, and marvel at the resilience of the human spirit. The jungle is our classroom, our teacher, our provider. It tests us, challenges us, and ultimately rewards us with a deeper understanding of ourselves and the natural world. As darkness descends, enveloping the jungle in an inky embrace, we gather around the fire, its flames casting flickering shadows that dance upon the surrounding trees. The air is alive with the sounds of the night, the chirping of insects, the croaking of frogs, the occasional shriek of a night bird. Above us, the sky is a canvas of stars, a breathtaking display of cosmic wonder. We gaze up in awe, humbled by the vastness of the universe and the insignificance of our own existence. In the silence, we hear the whispers of the ancients, the spirits of the jungle, their voices carried on the wind, their stories etched into the bark of the trees. The jungle holds secrets, ancient wisdom whispered through the leaves, carried on the wind, etched into the very fabric of this place. We listen, our hearts open, our minds receptive, eager to learn from this wise and ancient teacher. The Amazon rainforest is more than just a collection of trees and rivers. It's a living, breathing entity, a sacred space where the veil between the physical and the spiritual is thin. The deeper we venture, the more intense the jungle becomes. The air grows thicker, heavier, a living, breathing entity pressing in on us from all sides. The sunlight struggles to penetrate the dense canopy, casting an ethereal green glow on the forest floor. The humidity is a constant, clinging presence, soaking through our clothes, plastering our hair to our foreheads. Every step is a battle against the relentless vegetation. Vines, thick as a man's arm, reach out like grasping claws, threatening to trip us up. Thorny bushes tear at our clothes, leaving angry red welts on our skin. The air buzzes with insects, their bites a constant irritation. But we press on, driven by a thirst for adventure, a desire to experience the raw, untamed heart of the Amazon. Our guides, their faces etched with the wisdom of generations spent living in harmony with this unforgiving environment, move with an almost supernatural grace. Their senses attuned to every rustle, every snap, every whisper of the forest. We are no longer mere tourists. We are explorers, adventurers, pushing our limits, testing our resolve, discovering a strength we never knew we possessed. Survival in the Amazon rainforest depends not just on brute strength, but on stealth and observation. Our guides teach us to move silently through the undergrowth, our footsteps light, our senses on high alert. We learn to read the signs of the forest, to interpret the language of the jungle. A broken twig, a disturbed leaf, a fresh footprint in the mud, these are all clues telling a story to those who know how to read them. We learn to identify animal tracks, to distinguish between the harmless and the potentially dangerous. We discover the art of camouflage, blending into our surroundings, becoming one with the shadows. The jungle is a master of disguise, its inhabitants masters of blending in. We learn to spot the camouflaged insect on a leaf, the snake perfectly disguised as a vine, the jaguar melting into the dappled sunlight. Every step is a lesson in awareness, a reminder that in this environment vigilance is the key to survival. The jungle doesn't give up its secrets easily. It rewards those who approach with respect and a willingness to learn. The jungle speaks in a language all its own, a symphony of sounds that can be both beautiful and terrifying. The air vibrates with the calls of exotic birds, the chattering of monkeys, the croaking of frogs, the incessant hum of insects. Each sound carries a message, a warning, a declaration of territory, a plea for a mate. Our guides, their ears attuned to the subtle nuances of the jungle's symphony, teach us to decipher the language of the forest. We learn to distinguish between the alarm call of a bird warning of a predator's approach and the playful chatter of monkeys swinging through the trees. We discover that even the rustling of leaves can hold meaning, indicating the movement of a snake, a lizard, or a larger animal making its way through the undergrowth. At night, the jungle's symphony reaches a crescendo. The air thrums with the chirping of crickets, the croaking of toads, the eerie hooting of owls. The darkness amplifies every sound, every rustle, every snap, sending shivers down our spines. But our guides reassure us, explaining that fear is a natural response to the unknown, but it's knowledge that empowers us to navigate this challenging environment. The jungle's language is complex, nuanced, ever-changing. But with each passing day we begin to understand its rhythms, its patterns, its subtle warnings. The Amazon rainforest is not for the faint of heart. It is a place of intense beauty and unimaginable danger, a realm where ancient fears are confronted and personal limits are tested. We encounter creatures that send shivers down our spines, giant tarantulas with hairy legs and venomous fangs, brightly colored poison dart frogs with toxins potent enough to kill, massive anacondas lurking in the murky depths of swamps. Our guides, their calm demeanor a source of reassurance, teach us to respect these creatures, to observe them from a safe distance, to appreciate their role in the delicate balance of the ecosystem. We learn that fear is a natural response, but it's knowledge that empowers us to overcome our primal instincts and appreciate the wonders of this extraordinary environment. We face our fears head-on, pushing through the discomfort, the anxiety, the adrenaline rush that comes with encountering creatures we've only ever seen in documentaries. We learn to control our breathing, to calm our racing hearts, to trust in our own abilities and the knowledge of our guides. The jungle is a crucible, a place where we are stripped bare, our vulnerabilities exposed, our resilience tested. But it's also a place of profound transformation, where we discover a strength we never knew we possessed, a courage that lies dormant within us all. The Amazon rainforest is a biodiversity hotspot, home to an estimated 10% of the world's known species. Every day brings new discoveries, new encounters with creatures both familiar and strange. We marvel at the vibrant colors of toucans and macaws, their beaks like giant paintbrushes, their plumage a riot of reds, blues, greens, and yellows. We watch in awe as spider monkeys swing effortlessly through the trees, their long limbs and prehensile tails allowing them to navigate the canopy with acrobatic grace. We encounter caiman basking on the banks of rivers, their prehistoric bodies a reminder of the ancient lineage of this incredible ecosystem. We spot sloths moving with glacial slowness through the trees, their camouflage so effective that they seem to melt into the surrounding foliage. We marvel at the intricate patterns on butterfly wings, the delicate beauty of orchids, the sheer variety of plant life that carpets the forest floor. The jungle is a symphony of life, a riot of colors, shapes, and sounds. Every creature, from the smallest insect to the largest predator, plays a vital role in this complex web of life. We are merely observers, privileged to witness this extraordinary spectacle, humbled by the sheer scale and diversity of this ancient and irreplaceable ecosystem. Section 6. The Jungle After Dark, a sensory overload. As darkness descends, the jungle transforms into a realm of mystery and magic. The air grows cooler, but the humidity remains, a constant clinging presence. The sounds of the day, the calls of birds, the chattering of monkeys are replaced by the nocturnal symphony of the rainforest. The air vibrates with the chirping of crickets, the croaking of frogs, and the eerie hooting of owls. Unseen creatures rustle through the undergrowth, their presence announced by the snapping of twigs and the rustling of leaves. The darkness amplifies our other senses. The smell of damp earth and decaying vegetation, the feel of the humid air on our skin. and the taste of the campfire smoke on our tongues. We gather around the fire, its flames a beacon in the darkness, casting flickering shadows that dance upon the surrounding trees. The fire provides warmth, light, and a sense of security in this world of unseen dangers. We share stories, reflect on the day's adventures, and marvel at the wonders of the natural world. The jungle after dark is a sensory overload, a symphony of sounds, smells, and sensations. It is a time for quiet contemplation, for listening to the whispers of the forest, for connecting with the ancient rhythms of this extraordinary ecosystem. Section 7. The Spirit of the Shaman. Deep within the heart of the Amazon, we have the privilege of meeting a shaman, a spiritual leader and healer who holds the wisdom of generations passed down through centuries. His eyes, filled with ancient knowledge, seem to pierce through us, reading our souls. He speaks of the interconnectedness of all living things, the delicate balance of the ecosystem, and the importance of respecting the spirits of the forest. We witness a traditional healing ceremony, the air thick with the scent of burning herbs, the shaman chanting softly in a language we don't understand but feel deep within our bones. He prepares a herbal remedy, using plants gathered from the rainforest, their medicinal properties passed down through generations of traditional knowledge. The shaman's presence is both humbling and empowering. He reminds us that the jungle is not just a collection of trees and rivers, it's a sacred space, a living being, a source of both physical and spiritual healing. His wisdom transcends language, touching on something primal, something ancient, something that resonates deep within our souls. Section 8. Ancient Remedies, Modern Applications. The Amazon rainforest is a living pharmacy, its plants holding the secrets to countless remedies for ailments both minor and major. For centuries, indigenous communities have relied on the healing properties of the rainforest, their knowledge passed down through generations of observation and experimentation. Our guides, their knowledge a blend of traditional wisdom and modern science, point out the medicinal properties of various plants. We learn that the sap of certain trees can be used to treat infections, that the leaves of others possess anti-inflammatory properties, and that the roots of still others can be used to alleviate pain. We discover that many modern medicines have their origins in the rainforest, their active ingredients derived from plants that have been used for centuries by indigenous healers. The jungle is a treasure trove of potential cures, its secrets waiting to be unlocked by those who approach with respect and a willingness to learn. The knowledge of the rainforest is a precious gift, a testament to the interconnectedness of all living things, a reminder that the solutions to many of our modern ailments may lie in the wisdom of ancient traditions. Section 9. The Cycle of Life and Death. The Amazon rainforest is a constant reminder of the cycle of life and death, of the delicate balance that sustains this complex ecosystem. We witness the beauty of a butterfly emerging from its chrysalis, its wings still wet, its life just beginning. We observe a colony of leafcutter ants, their tireless industry a testament to the power of collective effort. But we also encounter death in its many forms. A fallen tree, its trunk slowly decomposing, providing nutrients for new growth. A skeleton picked clean by scavengers, its bones bleached white by the sun. A swarm of army ants, their relentless march leaving a trail of carnage in their wake. The jungle doesn't shy away from death. It embraces it as an integral part of the cycle of life. Decay fuels new growth, death creates space for new life, and the circle continues. This constant dance between life and death is both humbling and awe-inspiring, a reminder of the interconnectedness of all living things. Section 10. A Lesson in Humility. As we emerge from the depths of the Amazon rainforest, we carry with us a profound sense of awe and humility. We have witnessed the raw power and delicate beauty of nature, the incredible diversity of life, the constant dance between creation and destruction. We have faced our fears, tested our limits, and discovered a strength we never knew we possessed. But most importantly, we have learned a valuable lesson in humility. The jungle has a way of stripping away our pretensions, our sense of self-importance, our belief that we're somehow separate from the natural world. In the heart of the rainforest, we are reminded that we are merely visitors in a realm far older and greater than ourselves. We return to our lives forever changed by our experience, our perspectives broadened, our priorities shifted. We carry with us a renewed appreciation for the natural world, a greater understanding of our place within it, and a deep commitment to protecting this precious and irreplaceable ecosystem. The Amazon rainforest is more than just a destination. It's a journey of self-discovery, a lesson in humility, a testament to the enduring power of nature. To Section 1, The Long Journey Back. Our journey back down the Rio Negro is a time for reflection. The jungle, once a menacing wall of green, now feels strangely familiar. The calls of the howler monkeys, once unsettling, now sound like a familiar lullaby. We've faced the challenges of the Amazon, tasted its wild beauty, and emerged forever changed. The boat cuts through the black water, the sun beating down on our weary bodies. We're tired, bruised, and bitten, but there's a deep sense of satisfaction in our fatigue. We've pushed ourselves to the limit, tested our courage and resilience, and returned with a profound respect for this unforgiving yet magnificent ecosystem. As we leave the heart of the rainforest behind, we carry with us the memories of towering trees, hidden waterfalls, and the symphony of life that echoes through the jungle. We remember the thrill of spotting a jaguar, the fear of encountering a venomous snake, the humbling experience of learning from indigenous guides who call this wilderness home. The journey back to civilization is a gradual transition, a slow re-entry into a world of concrete and steel. But the jungle remains etched in our minds, a reminder of the raw power and delicate balance of nature. Section 2, Reflections in the Black Water. The Rio Negro, once a gateway to the unknown, now reflects our own transformation. As we gaze into its inky depths, we see not just the reflection of the sky and the surrounding jungle, but also a glimpse of our own souls. We remember the fear, the doubt, the moments when we questioned our own strength. But we also remember the exhilaration of conquering a challenging trail, the satisfaction of identifying a medicinal plant, the camaraderie forged around the campfire. The Amazon has a way of stripping away our facades, revealing our true selves. It's a place where vulnerability is not a weakness, but a strength, where facing our fears allows us to discover a courage we never knew we possessed. The reflections in the black water are a reminder that the journey is as much inward as it is outward. The Amazon has challenged us physically and mentally, but it has also touched our spirits, leaving an indelible mark on our souls. Section 3, The Jungle's Embrace. We stand at the edge of the jungle, the air thick with the scent of earth and vegetation. The rainforest stretches before us, a vast green ocean teeming with life and mystery. We've only scratched the surface of this complex ecosystem, but we leave with a profound respect for its power and a deep gratitude for its embrace. The jungle has tested us, challenged us, and ultimately rewarded us with a glimpse of its raw beauty and ancient wisdom. It's a place where the line between life and death is razor thin, where every creature plays a vital role and where the interconnectedness of all living things is undeniable. We leave the Amazon with a renewed appreciation for the fragility of our planet and the importance of protecting its wild places. The jungle has shown us that true strength lies not in conquering nature, but in living in harmony with it. Section 4, A Changed Perspective. The Amazon has a way of changing your perspective. The things that seemed so important back in civilization, material possessions, deadlines, the relentless pursuit of more, now seem trivial in comparison to the raw power and simple beauty of the natural world. We return to our lives with a renewed sense of purpose, a deeper understanding of what truly matters. The jungle has taught us the importance of living in the present moment, of appreciating the simple things, of cherishing the connections we have with each other and with the natural world. We carry with us the lessons of the rainforest: resilience, adaptability, respect for all living things. These lessons will guide us in our daily lives, reminding us that even in the face of challenges there is always beauty to be found, strength to be discovered, and hope to be held on to. Section 5. The call of the wild answered. We answered the call of the wild, and the Amazon answered back. It tested our limits, pushed us to the edge of our comfort zones, and rewarded us with an experience that will stay with us forever. We've trekked through dense jungles, navigated treacherous waterways, and stood face to face with creatures we'd only ever dreamed of seeing. We've learned to identify medicinal plants, build shelters from natural materials, and find sustenance in the heart of the rainforest. But more than anything, We've discovered a strength within ourselves that we never knew we possessed. We've faced our fears, overcome challenges, and emerged from the jungle forever changed. Section 6. Guardians of the Amazon. Our journey through the Amazon would not have been possible without the guidance and wisdom of our indigenous guides. These are the true guardians of the rainforest, their knowledge passed down through generations, their lives intricately intertwined with the rhythms of the natural world. They taught us to respect the jungle, to understand its language, to appreciate its delicate balance. They shared their knowledge of medicinal plants, their skills in navigating the rainforest, their deep spiritual connection to this sacred place. We leave the Amazon with a profound respect for the indigenous communities who call this wilderness home. They are the true stewards of this irreplaceable ecosystem, and it is our responsibility to support their efforts to protect it for generations to come. Even after our incredible journey, we know that we've only scratched the surface of what the Amazon has to offer. This vast ecosystem holds countless secrets, undiscovered species, and ancient wisdom waiting to be revealed. Scientists estimate that there are still thousands of plant and animal species in the Amazon that have yet to be identified. New discoveries are made every year, highlighting the incredible biodiversity of this region and the importance of protecting it from deforestation and degradation. The Amazon is a reminder that there is still so much we don't know about our planet, so much wonder yet to be discovered. It's a call to action to protect these wild places, to support scientific research, and to foster a greater understanding and appreciation for the natural world. The Amazon rainforest is facing unprecedented threats. Deforestation driven by logging, mining, and agriculture is decimating this vital ecosystem at an alarming rate. Climate change is exacerbating the problem, leading to more frequent droughts and wildfires. The consequences of losing the Amazon are dire, not just for the indigenous communities who call it home, but for the entire planet. The rainforest plays a crucial role in regulating global climate, absorbing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and releasing oxygen. Its loss would have catastrophic consequences for biodiversity, climate change, and the well-being of humanity. The future of the Amazon rainforest is our responsibility. We must demand sustainable practices from corporations, support organizations working to protect the rainforest, and make conscious choices in our own lives to reduce our impact on the environment. As we leave the Amazon behind, we carry with us a heavy heart and a profound sense of gratitude. We've been forever changed by our experience, humbled by the power of nature, and inspired to protect this precious and irreplaceable ecosystem. But this is not goodbye, Amazon. This is until next time. We will return, drawn back by the call of the wild, the allure of the unknown, the desire to reconnect with something far greater than ourselves. We will carry the lessons of the rainforest with us, sharing its stories, advocating for its protection, and striving to live in greater harmony with the natural world. Our Amazon adventure is over, but the memories will last a lifetime. We've faced our fears, pushed our limits, and emerged from the jungle stronger, wiser, and more connected to the natural world. We've witnessed breathtaking beauty, encountered incredible creatures, and learned from the wisdom of the rainforest and its people. We've discovered a strength within ourselves that we never knew we possessed, and a deep appreciation for the fragility and interconnectedness of life on Earth. The Amazon is not a destination for the faint of heart, but for those who dare to answer the call of the wild. It offers an experience that will stay with them forever. It's a journey of self-discovery, a test of resilience, and a testament to the enduring power of